Hello guys, Garcia here. This is the beginning of a new playthrough on the channel, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, using the ClanQuest mod. So let's get in. So I consider this mod the best mod for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines for sure. One of my favorite mods all time. And I played with a lot of mods in all of my games, so it's like a top 5er for sure. And this mod is basically a big bundle of mods. So there's the ClanQuest mod, which are the quests that the mod adds, plus the entire new hub and the entire Sabbat chapter and so on. We also have the weapons mod, we also have the companion mod, the light version. We also had parts of the Camarilla edition mod. So we have several different things from different mods that were basically bundled together and became this big mod called the ClanQuest mod. So it's not only created by one person, it's like a mod that basically assembles a bunch of different mods to create like this unique experience. So it's basically Bloodlines 1.5, I would say. The closest thing to like a Bloodlines 2 that we ever had, really. And the idea here is to have a story playthrough. So we are not going to skip anything. We are not going to skip the initial cutscene. We are not going to skip any dialogues. We are going to listen to all the voice actors and their work. And we are going to like enjoy the ride and the atmosphere and so on. We are going to read every quest and so on. So that's the idea. So differently from all the playthroughs we had so far on the channel, Final Nights, Anti-Tribute, and War Games, in this version, in this playthrough, we are not going to have a whole lot of trouble at all in terms of combat. So we are going to start pretty strong, and we will be pretty strong for the entirety of the mod probably. And I don't remember ever doing a playthrough of this mod with any clan and having any trouble in terms of like, oh my god, this quest is so difficult. That like basically never happened to me using this mod. Because this mod has the books, this mod also has the artifacts that you can get, and this mod also adds a bunch of different quests from different mods over the years and so on, including the unofficial patch, which is another mod that is bundled with these here. So I'm always going to have a decent amount of XP, I'm always going to have great artifacts, and I'm also going to have access to the books. So we definitely will be able to build our character the way we want, which is one of the things that I enjoy the most about this mod here. So let's go. Probably everybody that has ever played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines and has tried like mods for it has probably at one point in time played this mod. It's the most popular mod for ClanQuest other than the unofficial patch itself, which is not really a mod and more of a patch, that's why the name. So we are going to go with a Toreador, which is my favorite clan of all time in this game. There you go. As you can see, as far as I remember, in the base game, the Toreador is more like of a red type of character, right? All the clothing is red, so because of the rose and so on. But in this mod, as you can see, it's just a darkened version of the usual clothing here. So we are going to play with this guy. So I'm going to explain why in a second. So let's choose our history first. And I already obviously have a history that we could use in mind here. So we are going to go for Uncanny Awareness. So you receive a +1 bonus to Auspex and +2 bonus to Dodge. So unfortunately, the sheer volume of information makes you more deliberate than most. So raising celerity costs more, which is not a huge deal really, because we are not going to raise celerity at all. The only discipline we are going to use is going to be, not Auspex, sorry. The only discipline we are going to use is going to be Presence here. I'm going to explain why in a second. So that's what Uncanny Awareness does. So you might be thinking, well, this one gives you a bonus to Auspex, so why don't you build your character using Auspex? It's because while playing this game, I enjoy way more playing with a melee character than I enjoy playing with a ranged character. It's not that I hate playing with a ranged character. I have like a couple of playthroughs on my channel here with like characters that are ranged. Basically, I think all of my playthroughs so far on the channel have been with like ranged characters. But more because I was like afraid of not being able to complete the mod, like War Games, for example. Or in the case of like Final Night, for example, is a more complicated mod. So I was like, you know what, let's just go take the easy route here. Let's go with a ranged character. But I enjoy way more playing with a melee character for sure. Which is weird picking a Toreador, because you could say like, why don't you play like with a Brujah or something like that? And the idea here is basically is because of how I can build this character and how enjoyable it is after you get your basic the basic way that you want to build your character ready, the baseline. After you go through the hassle of building that part, from that point onwards, you are not going to have any trouble with any boss and any quest for the rest of the game. So you can just enjoy the ride, you know, which is the idea here. So with Uncanny Awareness, we get +1 to Auspex and +2 to Dodge, right? So when you play with a Toreador, you actually get 3 talent points without getting a story that changes that. So what that means is that if I put my 3 here, I can max out Dodge from the get-go. So before the game even starts, my Dodge is maxed. So we are going to have very strong defensive capabilities from the get-go, which is the best thing that you can get early in the game, is a strong defense, because that means that you don't need to worry about anything. As long as you keep hitting the enemies, they will fall, because they won't be able to kill you quickly, you know. So that's the idea. So no physical. Social we have 2, so charisma for sure. Another reason why I like the Toreador from like basically like one of the best early characters that you can have in the game is because he has 2 points in social, so you can have very early Persuasion 4, which is the minimum that you need to do the entire Santa Monica quest line, all the side quests and all the main quests. So that basically solves the problem pretty early. So you solve the Persuasion problem and you solve the Dodge problem like the moment you are doing your character sheets. So it's very useful. We won't be using Perception at all, so we can skip. Intelligence is actually pretty useful because we need intelligence to read the books, and in the Clan Quest version, intelligence only raises research. So we are going to put points here specifically for the books, but we will have more than enough points to put here. It comes a point in this mod that you have so many points to distribute, and you already built your character the way you wanted to, that you can start just putting points whenever or whatever you want. So for example, you can put like an extra point in finance and so on, if I want to, because I don't need to worry that much about the rest of the build. So wits. So always a good idea to start with wits because of hacking, right? And also gives an extra point in defense. So as you can see, right away we're going to have a ton of defense. And skills, let me think, probably security is the best one here. So we'll be having a melee character, so we'll be raising our melee skill, and we will also be raising our strength here. The only problem with the Toreador early on is that he doesn't have the extra dexterity point that a lot of clans have because of the physical attributes that you can put here. Toreador doesn't have access to that, unless you pick a story there that like switches that. Okay, so knowledges. Let's go with computer. And let's go with rhetoric, which is basically the scholarship of this version. So that means that we already have the amount we need for persuasion, so we don't need to touch any of our social skills until we reach downtown. And we also don't need any more defense, so we only need to worry about skills that will help us in Santa Monica. So security, stealth, dexterity, and so on. All right, disciplines. So we are not going to play with a ranged character, so we are not going to use Auspex. Only super late in the game to like defeat like Ming Zhao and so on. So until then, we will be using a melee character, so we are going to go with Presence. So why Presence and not like Celerity, for example? Pretty simple. I like passive effects in game. I like things that I can activate and not think about them and just keep playing the games. I'm the type of guy that if I'm playing an RPG, for example, I always pick the skill that like is a passive skill that gives me like 10% extra damage, or like +10 armor like flat or something like that. Always. So the less buttons I need to press, the better. And also Presence is extremely strong because not only the idea of this discipline here is that you use it and you give it a penalty to the enemies, right? And the enemies have to be within a certain range of your character for the Presence to work. But when we have Presence 5, which is the goal, We only need to use 1 blood to activate it. The radius is gigantic. And the victims also suffer a 40% chance to be mesmerized, which means they suffer a 40% chance of not doing anything. So there's the odds of them not attacking are really high, and that works on almost everybody in the game other than like bosses and stuff. And the penalty, as you can see, -5 to strength, wits, and perception. This wits and perception here, as you can see, is awesome, because wits, that means that they will have less defense, and perception, that means that if they are shooting us, they will do way less damage, or they will hit us way less, you know? So it's a great defensive and offensive discipline at the same time, and it's passive, and it lowers the attack rate of the enemies, you know? So it's like the perfect discipline, in my opinion. The best in the game, easily. It's not as spectacular like Celerity 5 or something like really visually dramatic like that, but in terms of like, you can just press it and just play without thinking too much about it. Presence is the #1 for sure. And also, every time I think of a Toreador, I think of Presence. It's like the social discipline for like a Toreador, you know? So basically that's the idea. So we need a name here. So I watched a documentary about this guy recently, and if you don't know who this guy is, just Google him. You're going to have a good time doing it. So I'm going to put like a nickname here. I think that's how you write it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you write it. You know, a long time since I wrote this word. Okay, my man. Guerrero. Okay, if you don't know who this guy is, he's a very popular Latino wrestler from the end of the 90s, early 2000s. Unfortunately, he has already passed. My man. I'm Latino too, so yeah. One of our heroes here. Okay, so we won't be skipping the intro. We won't be skipping any dialogues. And we will try to get as many or as much of the story involved in this playthrough. I'm going to try to not skip any quests and so on. I'm not going to do like things that I don't like doing. So for example, I don't like doing the stealth version or the stealthy version of the quest for Larry, for example, in downtown. So I'm not going to do that. But other than that, everything else will do. The only thing that will definitely cause problems for us here is the weakness of the Toreador clan in this game, which is humanity. Humanity is going to be a huge problem for us because every gain and every loss of humanity is doubled. So if we do something that lowers our humanity, we're going to lose 2 points. And if we can raise it, we can raise it basically 2 at a time. But there's way more opportunities in this game to lose humanity than there is to win. And there's a quest line in this version of Bloodlines that is called Kindred for Hire, which is a quest line that is basically a murder quest line, basically an assassin quest line. So the idea is you are hired by like a, how should I say this, like a mob? I don't know. Or like basically a group of bandits or something like that. And these guys, they hire you for hits, basically, which is a different way to say like that you have to kill people. So you have to kill 3 different guys and face them in the last quest of the quest line. There are 4 stages of this quest. And every time you kill someone, you lose 2 humanity points. So that's the only thing that will cause us any problem, is the humanity points. That said, we can use a mechanic that I haven't been using since I started my channel because I never needed to. But only for the Toreador is actually really useful. I don't think it matters all that much for the other clans. You have enough humanity to go by, except the Toreador. So we'll probably need to dance. So we'll dance in like the, what's the name of the place? The Glaze in Chinatown, the Expo in Hollywood, the Empire Arms Hotel and the Confession in downtown, and also the Asylum in Santa Monica. So if you dance on their dance floors for 5 minutes, you get 1 extra humanity point, but we get it doubled, so we get 2 instead of 1. We are definitely going to have to use this mechanic to be able to play the mod, because another quest that we can get in downtown requires us to have either 6 or 4 humanity, I don't know which one, which is a quest that we need to do in the Warrens, the CDC quest. So it's going to be very complicated to balance the humanity points and juggle like the gains and losses, you know. So because of that, we'll probably use that mechanic. But other than that, should be okay. Alright, so after this long-winded explanation, I apologize about that, but you guys know me, I like to explain everything in the first episode, so we don't need to go in detail after the first episode on like what we are doing, how we are building the character, what is the goal of the playthrough, and so on and so on. Alright, so everything's done. So, not skipping the intro, this is a story playthrough, so let's do it. Oh yeah, and new wallpapers too, because of the clan quest.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening. Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Alright, my man. That's my favorite gaming character right there. Ooh, okay. So, here, advantage. So all humanity gains are doubled, and cheaper humanity raise, and so on and so on. And the uncanny awareness thing. Alright. So basically let's talk about this first. So every time you reach a new hub, we'll basically have an episode. Oh, they relocated my thing here. Yeah, but that's okay. Alright. So every time we reach a new hub, we'll have an episode that is basically dedicated to talking to all the characters. So that's what we are going to do first in Santa Monica. We are going to do what I always do, which is we are going to go to all the locations and get all the early quests first before doing any quests. But we are going to, this time, obviously, listen to all the dialogue. So this will take a while, obviously. So just a heads up. But after that, it will proceed basically as normal. So let's go. I'm actually kind of pumped for this because it has been such a long time since I did this, like in a playthrough, like a personal playthrough that I did for myself. So that I just sat through and listened to all of the characters. So there's a lot of dialogue lines that I haven't heard in years being spoken, really, because I've been skipping them. So now we'll finally be able to hear them. So let's go. So let's save here. Let's talk to Jack.
What a scene, man. Woo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Alright, so who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
Alright, okay, I could use the help.
Alright. Why don't we, step out back here?
So I like it where I am. At least I'm out of that theater.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Drink of what?
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
So what do I do?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
So what do I mean,
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Alright, so won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
Alright, so we'll try. Okay. So I like that dialogue a lot because it's basically him telling you that just like bare your fangs and just let your instincts kick in. They will do the rest. You don't need to even think about it. You don't need to be the captain of the wrestling team. Even though my guy is a wrestler. Eddie Guerrero. So So basically he's telling us that are some aspects of our existence here that are purely based on instinct alone.
Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Okay, so I don't know how I feel about it, but it does feel good.
Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
So, like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
Alright, so I'm going to live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A steak? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Oh yes, got it.
Okay, now. The fuck is this? You get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up in bed. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
Okay. So I'll probably raise the in-game sound for the next episode. I had to lower it a little bit because this is the first one and I need to talk while creating the character sheet, you know? But for the next one, I'm going to raise it just for the voices of the characters. As far as I know, in this game, you cannot raise like only... Yeah, you can raise this basically, but that's about it. You cannot like raise audio and... not audio. The voices and the sound separately, you know? So it's going to raise everything.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat, they're Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. Sabbat, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
So what's up?
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell, put a little heat on the new prince.
Okay, so what's the prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
So what am I supposed to do?
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away. Frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. Okay. So the way you see this scene for the first time, and if you don't know what Sabbat is, or even if you know what the Sabbat are, but you see the scene and you're like, who the hell is this big guy? Is that like Sabbat against Sabbat? Or is he Sabbat and the other guys are not, you know? So maybe both are, because you don't know about that guy. You see that guy in the opening cutscene, right? But you don't know who the hell he is.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I had my moments.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, Take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
There you go. So I've still got that last list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
Alright, I get it.
Keep our secret secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
Okay, so what do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla Gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
So, Camarilla, so they are like the vampire good guys?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
Alright, so what's next?
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little. And you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. Okay. Alright. So... Okay. I'm pretty sure I can do this without typing. Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Got it. Okay. Alright, so that's the first time I actually noticed this. Welcome, Jim. I never read that before in my life. Just because we are doing a story playthrough, now I'm finally noticing some stuff. Okay. So the dialogue is going to be very interesting, actually, now that I think of it. It's going to be with Gary, the Malkavian Primogen, because he strongly dislikes Toreadors, and we also are not going to like him either there. So the conversation is going to be very different from the other clans, except Malkavians, obviously.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
Okay, so what's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
Alright, if you say so.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Let's say I get a little overzealous, so what happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
The beast? So what exactly does that mean?
The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
So I can kill anyone? That seems a little restricting.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
I think I follow.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Got it.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
All right, be back in a minute.
Go on. I'll be right here.
I got stuck there for a second. I don't know what happened. Okay. Again, I have no idea why that happened either. Just a random... Oh, I forgot to set my shortcuts. I forgot about that, sorry. So let's start with... Oh, I didn't talk about this. I needed to talk about that in the beginning. Might as well talk about it now. Let's just... There you go. So as you can see, both a Blood Heal and Blood Buff are disciplines that you need to put points on. So the first thing that we need to do before we start raising presents is we need to put 1 point in Blood Buff to have the physical attributes increased by 2 with each use. And 1 point in Blood Heal, so we can get healing for 20 seconds. After this, we're going to focus on raising presents. So basically, we need to put points in Blood Buff and Blood Heal first, so we can do the quest in Santa Monica.
Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
So worse than a bum's neck. That scarf tasted like old gym socks.
Well, give it a try.
Okay, I'll think about it. Alright. Kinda used to it by now. Oh, that was very fast.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
Alright. After tasting one of those, I don't blame them.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
That's certainly something that a Toreador would say in the situation. So just one guy.
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Sneak where?
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows. And don't let him see you.
Alright, I'll do my best. See you in a minute.
Alright, go.
Okay. Far away still.
Inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry, he's probably greener than you.
So, what makes you think that?
The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
So, how can that be?
Well, he's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder. Put him out of his misery.
Alright, I'll do my best.
He is a vampire, so be ready.
I was born ready.
Go get him.
I'm on it. Let's see. Alright, so basically with presence, we will have an advantage like right away. That said, we don't have any melee skills at all. But the guy already got mesmerized, so we are already doing well here. There you go. Water pipe. So remember, we are using the... When you install the mod, the ClanQuest mod, you have a choice to either use weapon sounds, which I think just add like different sounds to the weapons that are already in the game, or you can choose to install the weapons mod by Lenuska. So this is basically the tire iron of this mod, I think. Maybe the tire iron exists, but you get this water pipe here, which is actually better than the tire iron, which is good. Most of the weapons are going to be way better, but that also means that the enemies will also have better weapons too, so it goes both ways, especially ranged weapons, you guys will see later.
going all out. Better head underground, avoid stray bullets.
Okay, sounds like a good strategy.
Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Alright. You say so? So this is a different...
Stop. You! Just stay back. Keep your distance.
There you go. So this is a different version of like the dialogue testing that you need to do here in the tutorial.
Now who the hell are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
Alright, no, but if the SWAT comes, they will drive the gunman down here. You want that?
No. Well, I left my radio in a Caprice anyway.
Okay, so look, I'm just trying to escape. Is there another way out?
Yeah, okay. Alright, this way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
Okay, better stay here. It's too dangerous for you. There you go. So I get extra humanity right away. So I think if you choose the other one, you either lose humanity or you don't gain humanity. So I need to pick that option, obviously. Humanity is by far the most important attributes you need to take care of here. Not attribute, like characteristic, maybe?
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Okay, the more the merrier. Super confident. I don't think I'm gonna need it here. Nope. Alright, so Auspex first. Okay. Oh, I'm not using the pipe for some reason. Let me equip this. There you go. Okay.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
Okay, I'll meet you over there.
Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
No problem. Presents, okay. So we can see it's already working. Both guys we use the presence on have already been mesmerized. Celerity. Sure, this is probably going to be the only time we use celerity in this playthrough.
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabbat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
So what do we do?
They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
So useless against vampires?
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I hear you.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
Okay. Alright, so most of the weapons are going to be either like different versions of the ones in the base game or straight up just completely new weapons. So obviously this one is similar, but the other ones won't be for the most part. There's like rocket launchers and things of that nature. Grenades. I don't know if that counted or not. I guess so. You won't be using guns anyway. Oh yeah, we are going to have a lot of money, like an absurd amount of money. Because we're not going to use money for anything, really. We don't need to buy books, like in the Final Nights. So basically we are going to use money only for late game stuff, or the armors. Or the different types of clothing, the outfits.
Where you going, man?
Oh, golf club. Awesome. Is this better or worse? Oh, this is actually better. Great. Okay.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
So that's it? It's all over?
Until the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Alright, so this is normal?
Well, to be honest, it came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabbat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of Kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient Kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
So you're losing me here, Jack?
Oh, boy. Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out.
Okay, I will, but I would like to keep the gun.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Alright. So, no joke, there were like 3 or 4 dialogue lines there that I didn't even remember existed. I was like, what the hell? Because I've been skipping them for so long. That's going to happen a lot, I'm guessing. That's why sometimes during my playthroughs I pick the wrong options, even though I've done them many, many times. Because I haven't listened to them all that much. Okay. So basically in the Conquest version of this game, the placement of the items is basically vanilla. So very little is different in terms of like location of the items. So if there's a book in a particular place, for example, there's the computer book in the hospital, right? It will be there, and so on and so on. So that's not what is new about ClanQuest. Okay. So the password. So at your convenience, please come and visit me in my downtown, in my home downtown, sorry. So I leave you this to guide you. Dark blood, our curse, alight this verse. So such power I sense in one so young. Come find me where burns the mystical sun. So Mr. Strauss or Maximilian Strauss, the Tremere Regent. Regent? Regent. What the fuck? Okay. Sorry. Sunrise. Here. So, yeah. Sure. So, Kilpatrick. So, looking for that lazy-ass ex-husband who's late on his alimony payments. So, how about that jerk who knocked you up? So, look no further. With Arthur Kilpatrick's amazing crime putter, or putter, I don't know. You can find almost anyone with a record, and these days that's just about everyone. So come on down to Arthur Kilpatrick's bail bonds. So if you've got that beat, we've got the technology to find him. There you go. First time in like 10 years since I read it. Okay. The Mercury ones are fine. Alright, so... Okay. So... Right now we have lockpicking 2. So the first thing that I need to do is to put points in blood buff. So right now I cannot open the door here. This door, inside this room here, there's a book. I think it's the stealth book is inside here. But I cannot open it yet, so... Alright, I don't think there's anything in this one. No. Okay. Down here, no. Okay. So first thing I need to do here is to feed. I'm already in a rough spot here. Here, it's not much, but I hope it helps.
That's very nice, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. There you go, more humanity. So right now our humanity is awesome, but pretty soon it's not going to be. Doesn't last really. So one thing that's going to happen with a certain like frequency while playing this mod here, there will be some, especially when you transition from one map to the next, when you enter like instanced places. So for example, if I enter Mercurio's apartment here, we are going to have some like little slowdowns and stuff like that, or the screen's going to freeze for like 3 seconds or something like that, and sometimes it will just straight up crash because this mod is not as stable as most of the other mods for this game.
Yes, is there something I can help you with?
Well, what are you doing?
Waiting for that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. I'd rather not wait another second in this part of town, this time of night. It's rather a dreadful place, don't you think? I should have listened to my mechanic. By German, he said.
Terribly sorry to trouble you, but my wallet has been stolen and I need to take a cab.
Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and do be careful.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. There you go. So let's go talk to Tripp first. So in this version, we have the Tripp quest, the drug quest. So we have an extra quest to do in the hospital.
Hey.
Yeah?
How's it going? You, looking to buy or sell or...
So, what's your name?
You call me Tripp. I own this shop.
Nice to meet you, Tripp.
Thanks. You, new to Santa Monica?
Yes, I am. Is it that obvious?
It's not a big surprise. We get you faces through here night after night. Used to be more tourists, but now... I don't know, man. It's more like drifters.
Okay, so what they come here?
Beats me. Santa Monica is dead. I don't know why anyone comes out here anymore.
I see. So they call you Tripp? Are you doing drugs?
No. Not really. Sorry.
So not really? There's a clinic across the road. Should I get you something for a discount?
Thanks. You, new to Santa Monica?
Yeah, so
it's not a big surprise.
Repeat. Let you buy something.
Right, here's what we got today.
Again.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
Do you sell weapons?
No. Not really. Sorry.
I'm not convinced.
You know, you really don't seem the criminal and or undercover cop type.
Great. Let's see what you have.
All right. Come and take a look then.
I hope I can get a knife. Actually, the machete here is not bad at all.
Thanks for coming back. All right.
Yeah, I think I
today.
cannot.
Thanks for coming.
I'm trying to get the dialogue about the serial killer, but maybe I messed up there. That doesn't change like anything really. So a very important feature of this mod is how this mod handles finance, the attributes, and no, it's not similar to Final Nights at all. So if you guys remember, in Final Nights, finance controlled everything. So the more finance points you had, the more rewards you got, the more discounts you got on stores and so on and so on. So it was a vital piece of the gameplay. Now for this version, we're not going to worry about it too much, but the way they make up for it, because folks that created the mod, they knew that people would not invest points in finance. Most people don't, especially in like vanilla and so on, because you really don't need points in finance for really anything. You can put 1 or 2 points if you want to, but it's not relevant. Even if you are a ranged character and you need extra money for bullets and so on, you really don't need that many points in finance. So how this game, this mod works this situation out is basically they give you a few quests, and each one of these quests give you a finance point. So you can do a quest for Trip and you get 1 finance point. You can do a quest for the quest for Larry, and you can persuade him to give you a finance point. You can get a finance point from that guy in the red spot too, and I'm pretty sure you can get 1 extra finance point somewhere that I'm not remembering right now. And there's also a finance book, if I'm not mistaken, so you can get even 4 or 5 points of finance, which is awesome. So basically the mod works in basically a way to give you finance points without you having to actually worry about it. Basically you just need to play certain quests and persuade the right people, and you'll be able to get finance points, and you'll be able to like enjoy having finance points without having to build your character to have these finance points, instead of putting the extra XP points somewhere else, you know. So that's how they are going to do it. So this is the first quest, which is the drug quest for Trip here. Okay, so let's talk to good old damn it, I forgot his name. Jesus, I forgot his name. My god.
Need something, pal?
I'm just looking for someone.
Oh man, wait! Say that again!
Okay, I'm looking for someone.
Oh man, you're a vampire, aren't you?
Let's say I am. What's it for you?
Hell yeah!
Knox. Oh,
man,
sorry.
I knew it! Oh jeez, I knew you were, I just could tell, oh man, this is great! And I saw your teeth and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh man.
So, are you a vampire? How do you know all of this?
I'm a ghoul. I didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago, when this guy just appeared and, well, all of a sudden, BAM! Whoa, man! Vampires are real and right there in front of my eyes. Blew my goddamn mind.
Okay, so you said you are a ghoul. So what is that?
Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood, the human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. Then they're a ghoul and ooh, watch out.
Watch out. Alright, you seem to enjoy it?
It's awesome! Man, after that first taste of vampire blood, it's like the best drug. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's like, well, it didn't mess me up. It just made me feel like I was better at everything. I felt like a god just sucking on that nasty dude's wrist.
Alright, so who was this nasty dude?
Oh man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you just, well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires. Oh man! Well, other than my master, so I thought I'd just say, you know, what's up? You know?
Okay, so what you're doing around here?
Look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey! It's been great talking to you, man. But I better be going. Oh, man, you know, important stuff to do.
Okay, see you around. So the reason why I like Knox so much, which is weird because he's quite annoying, like, for obvious reasons. He's made to be annoying, right? The reason why I like him is because he's like a Buffy character coming to life in this game. And you guys know how much I love Buffy. He's almost like Xander, the character from the show.
Those mothers ripped me off. I'm dying here.
So, are you Mercurio?
Yeah. You looking for the astrolite? I can feel a draft on my fucking insides. They shanked me, the bastards. The blood ain't working no more. My head, it feels cracked. Oh, I think my eyes popped.
Yeah, so stay with me. What happened?
What is this lump? Is this my rib? Oh, holy shit. My rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me.
Yep, it's a rib. I'd say you've got 5 minutes to live, tops.
I'm lying here bleeding to death, and you're cracking wise? I don't need this crap.
Okay, okay, just tell me what who did this to you?
Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in L.A. I verified him. Organization seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of his guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kicking it. I never should have gone alone. Amateur move. I should have handled those pricks. Goddamn dirty Cali rat bastards. Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff. Had to crawl to my car, crawl my ass up here. The vamp blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the money, they got the astrolite.
So you don't have the astrolite?
Hold on, you think I'm some amateur? I got their number. Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. Maybe 4 or 5 of them. The one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick.
So how do I get there?
Laying in a pool in my own blood and you want friggin' directions. Right, alright. Down the street, in the parking garage, stairs down to the beach. On the right. Those better not be some of my last words.
Alright, so how do I get it back?
You gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I wanna kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know.
Okay, is there anything I can do to help you?
Yeah, if you could... Oh, something just started leaking. I need something for the pain.
Okay, I'll bring something back for you.
One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
Okay, good to know. Goodbye. There you go. We have a lot of dialogues for Mercurio, but not now. Later we can ask him about all sorts of stuff. Just like we can ask about that stuff, we can ask Arthur about all those things too. Like about different locations and his opinions and stuff. Another character that we need to visit periodically is going to be Jack in the last round, right? After every big quest is going to have a few new dialogue lines. Oh! Yeah. You know what? I could explain this, but I'm not going to. Later we'll deal with that. Suffice to say, a bunch of new stuff. Alright, let's go meet the perfectly sane lady here. That's what I meant.
Ooh, what do we have here? Another scrumptious young plaything straight out of life and into my club? You smell new, little boy. Like fabric softener do on freshly mowed AstroTurf. I'm not frightening you, am I, duckling?
No. Who are you?
I'm the finger down your spine when all the lights are out. I'm the name on all the men's room walls. When I pout, the whole world tries to make me smile. And everyone always wants to know who is that girl.
Okay, aren't you a tease? Got a name I can't remember you by?
I am Jeanette. And this bit of chaos crammed in a certifiable giggle is my club. I just love to give you funny feelings all night, sweetheart, but I really must trouble with some business. We'll reunite sweet and soon, I promise.
Okay, soon can come soon enough. Goodbye. Okay, so since I'm already here, I'm going to show you guys basically the mechanics. Just literally just you come here and you just start dancing, and you just need to do that for like 5 minutes uninterrupted, you know. And after the 5 minutes expire, you get the humanity point. So that's basically in our case points, right? Because it's doubled. So we'll probably have to use that mechanic, but it's not like it's a huge deal. It's just like I'll edit the part out, you know. You don't need to like sit for 5 minutes talking about something else, waiting for the thing to go, you know.
Hello, LA. You're up way past your bedtime.
So yeah, that's
Hope you've
Let's turn that off here so we can hear the dialogue.
Welcome to Kilpatrick 24-hour bail bonds. My name's Arthur Kilpatrick. How can I help you?
This right here is the single most underrated line in the entire game. No joke. The way he delivers this line is so perfect because it doesn't matter what language you speak. If you call anywhere for any reason, especially a place of business, they will give you like this type of like copy-paste response that they will always give you. And it sounds so mechanic by its own nature because that's what it is. It's a mechanic answer to mechanic questions that clients usually make, you know. So instead of thinking of different things to say, you just say the same thing 10,000 times and eventually start sounding like this. So it's a great line. So you run this place, I assume?
Yep, sure do. I'm a third-generation bondsman. Got a few employees, but I handle most every aspect of the business.
All right, so I don't see any employees here, Arthur.
I gotta have a few other bondsmen to keep the place open 24 hours, plus a bounty hunter. I pull the graveyard shift because that's when all the crazy shit happens in Santa Monica.
All right, Santa Monica doesn't sound like a good place to be living.
Well, my business ain't bad, I can tell you that much. Santa Monica's gone downhill. Used to be pretty nice, I guess. We do a higher volume now than we did a few years ago, but we gotta deal with a lot more bail jumpers and crap like that.
So it sounds like Santa Monica has seen better days?
Hell yeah, I ain't complaining. I'm in a good position to watch it all just slide right down the tubes, you know what I mean?
So you get a lot of bail jumpers, I assume?
Of course, goes with the business. Then you sick the bounty hunter on them.
All right, that's got to be an interesting job.
You betcha. I used to do some bounty hunting myself back in the day. Takes a solid set of brass balls to make a good bounty hunter, I'll tell you that much.
So is that the bounty hunter you have right now any good?
Yep, damn good. His name's Carson, and he's great at what he does when he wants to do it. I can't seem to find him now, though. He's pissing me off, to be honest. I need him to go find someone.
Okay, so can't you find another bounty hunter?
Well, I don't feel right cutting Carson loose just yet. We go way back. I knew his father, too. Tell you what, since I'm stuck here, why don't you go look for him? Just real quick. I'll pay you for your time.
Okay, I suppose I could do that, but you'd better make it worth my while.
Great, great. I suppose the first place you should look is his apartment in Santa Monica Suites. Apartment 1, I think it is. Maybe you'll find something there to let you know where he's got himself to. Here's a key card. That'll let you in.
Okay, so I'm going to do this quest first. He has a lot of dialogue lines that I want to listen to here. But we can do that later. We don't need to do that right now. He has lots of opinions in on different places and people here. Okay, so I need to feed first. So I think we got all the quests here. Oh no, we need to go to the beach. Yeah. But I need to feed here. Oh, that's horrible positioning. Oh, thank you. What a nice lady. I needed one of them to stop. Yeah, I only get the prompt to kill someone when I don't want to kill them. When I do, the prompt never shows up, you guys know. Such is life for a vampire here in LA. About Santa Monica, a very interesting thing has happened recently. You see a lot of videos of people like explaining why Santa Monica actually went downhill, which is funny. So this game has been kind of prophetic in a way, because it really happened.
I've seen a lot of shocking things in my time on the force, but that pier, that's the kind of thing that makes you lose your faith in humanity.
I gotta say, it's the second worst thing I've ever seen.
Poor bastard down there is torn in two. By the looks of it, you'd think someone tied him to two horses and raced them in opposite directions. What could you have possibly seen that was worse than what's down there?
It was about 3 years ago up in Malibu. Found this guy on the beach. Looked like, I don't know, an animal attack.
Shark bite?
Nah, I'd seen shark bites. This was something different. Like whatever killed him knew. The head was missing, the hands were missing. And there were these huge slashes. But...
Bullshit.
No. guy was literally slashed to ribbons. The worst part was I was waiting for the meat wagon and it felt like something was watching me. I swear on my badge today that there was something just out of sight. For a split second, I thought about wanting to spot card and get the hell out of that place. This day makes me wonder what's real.
Maybe it was a werewolf. Woo!
All right.
Or a vampire.
Get it. See, this is why you didn't get invited to Hernandez's wedding today.
There you go. I think that's the first time I actually listened to this entire dialogue in-game. I only listened to it through the sound files, the voice files that you can listen to if you just go to the game folder. So that's the first time I actually heard this thing in the game. That's the goofiness we need for the next Bloodlines, for sure.
Up there. Through that chain link gate and up those stairs.
Now what?
Those men you are looking for.
So how did you know I was looking for someone?
Never mind. You wouldn't understand.
Well, thanks. So obviously she has some dialogue, but I'm not going to talk to her right now. We don't need to. So I'm going to try to spread the dialogue out, because I know not everybody's into this. So I'll try to get a part here and a part there to try to get as much of it as I can. So I'm not going to talk to her right now. I don't need to talk to him. I need to get his quest. So let me save here before I commit a mistake here.
Do you know who the head vampire is?
Who doesn't?
If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right?
Only if he's killed with the holy stake, sure. So, are you interested in purchasing it? Purchasing.
Okay, but first I had another question.
Sure.
How about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right?
Sure, if it is unicorn blood.
Unicorn blood?
Yes. Oh, there can be vampires, but no such things as unicorns?
I'll buy it. I'm gonna go get some money. Come back in a little while.
Okay, yeah, and I may also find some special chewing gum to erode your fangs. We'll find that item later.
Hi. Yeah. Listen, it's like I've told you types about 1,000 times now. We know we can't hunt round here, all right? We're minding our own business. No reason to hassle the weaklings.
Have you seen any thugs come through here carrying bats?
You should try up there, through that chain link gate. A couple of real nasty looking bloods come out there a couple of times a night.
Cool, so now who are you guys here exactly?
You mean you ain't here to run us off?
No. Why would you think that?
We're getting pretty sick of it. Someone's sighting domain, or in the worst cases, hunting us for sport.
What? Why?
Dunno. We all seem to have come down with the same disease. Oh, who am I kidding? We're a bad horror show, alright? We seem to be the runts, the mistakes. You types call us thin bloods. I say we're all equally screwed.
I kinda agree with that. So, thin bloods, but what clan are you from?
Clan? See, I've heard all that before. And I still don't know what the hell anyone's talking about. I'd like to know just what I've become. We'd all like to know just what the hell kind of devil's contract we've apparently signed.
So how did this happen to you?
I'd just come to town for the surf tourney. Seems like years ago, but it's, well, been about 6 months now. Every night during the finals, I used to hit the local diner after the beach parties fizzled out in the AM. That's where I met her.
Met who?
She had a natural beauty. Not like all the plastic dolls littering the sand. Her name was Lily. I remember introducing myself, the way she seemed grateful for the company. Well, a few nights after our meeting, we were on the beach alone.
Go on.
She tried to tell me what she was, but I didn't understand. So she showed me. I was furious with her when I took it all in. I cursed her and left, never really knowing what I was. Well, I realise now how she must have felt. So here I am now, a mystery to myself.
So is Lily dead?
Clinically, yes. But honestly, I don't know. I suppose I'd have moved on by now if I didn't think she'd show up one of these nights. There's a lot I've got left to say to her.
Okay, so you do know you're vampires, right?
That's what Lily tried to tell me. But what I don't understand are the rules, and the terms, and the reasons some of them are at our throats claiming we're harbingers of the apocalypse. That's what I want to know.
So are all these other here Thin Bloods as well?
Aye. Most of them just recently arrived in LA. Got chased off by the Sabbath or some such thing from their home cities. They're more in the dark than I am. They're a good bunch, but well, they've been through a lot. It's affected them.
So maybe I should look into this whole Thin Blood thing?
I hope you have better luck than I did. No one's been particularly friendly to me in this city. Only reason we're in Santa Monica is because we haven't been chased out yet.
So I'll ask around, see what I can dig up.
Oh, we'd appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, name's E. The black-haired beauty over there's Rosa. Sees the future, so she says. That nervous bloke is Copper. And the one who can't speak so well's Julius. Kids gloves with them. They've had it rough.
Alright, so any idea where I might begin looking for information?
Seems no one will talk about it. This all started that night in the diner. Maybe you could start there.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Alright. So the last thing we need to do today is to get the item on the other side of the pier. Wolfie. Oh! I don't think I've ever done this before. That's a new one. Let's try to speed it up by jumping. Just jumped all the way back. The classic platforming mistake here. So in this version we can get basically a chewing gum item that you can sell to the dude at the beach there. Actually, it's actually a quest here. Daydream Believer. One of the Thin Bloods believes everything you say. There you go. That quest is going to give us a penalty in humanity, so it's a good thing that we have 10 right now. So the item is usually somewhere around here. Oh, here. Bubble Bomb. So we're going to sell the steak, the Bubble Bomb, and the blood pack to him. There you go. Also in the Clan Quest mod, we can finally enter here, this location. We can go until the end of the pier there, during the library quest. The library quest, as far as I know, is not a Clan Quest quest. It's an unofficial patch quest. It's one of those quests that were supposed to be in the base game, but was restored by... Not restored, was actually like finished by the guy from the unofficial patch. Forgot his name for some reason. Oh man, I'm forgetting all the names. Alright guys, so this was the first part of our story playthrough. So, same thing that I said in the final episode of Final Nights still stands. I completely understand if you guys don't want to get through this with me here, in terms of like listening to every dialogue and so on and so on. That obviously slows down basically everything. But I played Clan Quest so many times, and I played this game so many times, that I already know 100% of everything else that I'm going to do. So there's no gameplay surprises for me at all. I played Clan Quest, I finished Clan Quest at least 10 times. So that's why I wanted to spice it up with the story thing. And also I haven't heard many of these dialogue lines for like the longest time. Including that part that he just said, like, a mystery to myself. I completely forgot that he said that. But makes perfect sense that he would feel that way, you know. Being a Thin Blood without any guidance and all. And him not know Sabbath, right? Sabbath and so on. So makes perfect sense. So that's the type of stuff you only get if you actually sit and listen to the dialogues, which is what I did when I first played this game. And every time I play a new mod and so on, I always do that. So I totally understand if you guys want to skip it, if you guys feel like it's too slow, and so on and so on. Again, I have no arguments to sustain my position. It's just something that I really want to do. So if you guys are in for the ride, I thank you very much. So we'll continue this in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.